Hello, Forester fans. My name's Lily Evans, and today I will be interviewing Coach Cat about the upcoming game against Lawrence. Also, happy homecoming. As you have now hit halfway through conference play, what are you expecting for the conference championship?
Oh, well, our guys are, they're putting in good work, and we've played really well thus far. I think that when we take a strong look at our team right now, we realize we have the talent to do any of the goals we've set forward, but we know we've got a lot of work to put in. And I think that that's sometimes the challenge is when you have a really talented team who's experienced the ups and downs of a championship before and have been able to fight through it and get those championships. They know what it takes to win games. Sometimes they forget what it takes 4 weeks before the game that you have to do to get ready for that game. And I think that's one of the things we as coaches have been really putting a focus on is, it's not just about this week, it's about the whole season. And though we are focused on this game in terms of scheme and preparation for that, we also have to have ourselves getting ready for the end of the season stuff, whether it's taking care of our body and recovery so that we're not having those bumps and bruises compound upon each other. Whether it's making sure that our health is good, fighting with our immune systems against the changing in temperatures and just the stuff that happens on a college campus. So I think that having those talks for the younger guys and teaching the first and second year players, again, how important it is to be a scout team player, how important it is to give that look squad great effort and how that builds our team long term. I think that's something that's a learning curve for freshmen at this point because they're tired, and I know that they're tired, but they won't realize how much they contribute to a championship Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in practice, even though they're not on the field on Saturday as much. And I think that as they're learning that's helping us take those steps. But I think from a talent-wise, I think from a football IQ standpoint, we should absolutely be in the running for that. And now it's just about making sure we execute and play and don't have mental hiccups during the season and games that cause us not to be there.
How are you feeling about having the alumni coming back for homecoming week?
It's one of my favorite things. We're going to have alums here. Really, they've started coming into town, and they'll be at practices and things like that. And so for me, seeing some of the faces of the guys that helped to build this program, before I was here, but then I know there's a large group from, our 2012 championship team that is coming back for this year just to kind of hang out. They were honored last year. We got our 83 championship team and 57 championship teams both coming back. Those are the ground swells of history in our program where there was pride in the program and a lot of success. Coach Dow was involved in both of those. He was a player on the 57 team as an All-American, and then he coached the 83 team. And so for him to be still here and everybody come back to see him, I really enjoy watching that. And I don't know if I'll be coaching at 89 years old, but I think I'd love to see him when I'm a little bit older too.
Defensively, are there any areas that you have worked on this week in practice?
Yeah, the team we're playing is really they're down in numbers, but they're doing some good things on the field. And this isn't the coach cliche to try and get my players to build up because they won't even see this till after the game. But they've got a wide receiver and that's really, really talented, and they're hitting some things offensively in the RPO game that we just have to be really cognizant of. They don't get shut out. They don't they score against everybody they play, and it's just a matter of us being really focused early on. We've been victimized by the deep pass a couple of times against IC and against Cornell. And so for me, we were able to stop that last week against Knox despite their efforts doing that. And so I think getting our guys to continue to focus on, people have seen on the film that they can throw the ball deep on you every once in a while. Don't let that be the thing that gives us struggles during the course of the game for no reason.
Is there anything specific about their playing style that you haven't had to adapt to?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything too different from what we've seen the last couple. Obviously, they're not the triple option from last week, but the 2 weeks previous with Cornell and Illinois College, I think there's a lot of similarities between them, and really some similarities between them and Wisconsin Lutheran, who we opened the season up, particularly in the run-pass option game. I think that their willingness to move their tight end out into space and not always have them attached to the line is something we'll have to be ready for. But I think I like our chances.
What is one area offensively that you would like to improve on in this game?
Yeah, so we've been pretty good on short and intermediate passing. But last week we really struggled in deep passes. We weren't really connecting on passes over 20 yards really well. We were overthrowing, underthrowing, running into some things. We did hit two right before the end of the half, the route to Dax, Lindholm, and then we hit a second one on a post. But to me, those are an area that we've really taken a focus of. Okay, what's kind of off there? What do we need to do in practice to focus on that? We had taken some time during the bye week to work on other stuff. And probably neglected that a little bit more than we needed to, and so now we've really put a focus back on that and trying to get our guys to connect on passes over, 25, 30 yards in the air.
All right, that's all I have for today. Thank you, Coach Kent.
Thank you. Have a great weekend of volleyball.